Hi everybody, it's Rich Cooper, Delaware real estate agent that plays with paint. Finally seeing my face. Now you can live. Anyway, the lot of things I've learned in the past few months with dealing with flow painting, acrylic flow painting. I've made a ton of mistakes because I don't listen to anyone, so I have to make my own mistakes. So history continues to repeat itself. The one major blunder I did initially was I didn't clean my paintings enough so that I could either shellac them or put an epoxy coating on them, which looks really nice, unless it doesn't. Then it looks horrible, which is what my first two attempts looked like. How do you clean paintings so that the silicone is completely off? Because silicone is an oil, and if there's an oil residue on the painting, nothing is going to stick on it. So I have found out that using flour and flouring it will absorb most of, if not all of, the silicone. And then you can wash it off, and I spray it with Windex or wash it down with Dawn, dry it really well. Then everything seems to be fine. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I do, because I've got a couple of pictures here that I have to clean, and I'm going to use a shellac, a glossy shellac, which works really well. It's not as glossy or bright or hard as the epoxy, but it also costs about 1/10 of the price. I'll probably also show you a couple of my epoxy apocalypses that didn't turn out well at all. So they're hanging on my wall downstairs in my studio / real estate office. And I won't let anyone see them because they're just not that. I mean, the paintings are great, but it just looks terrible. I'll show you. Anyway, let me show you how to clean off your painting so that it will accept either a shellac or an epoxy. Okay, first, I'll show you, I am using, don't ask me why, but I'm using self-rising flour. So it's what I had. So that's what I'm using. I've already done a couple of paintings that I have done this treatment to, and I'll show you everything that I do. And now I'm going to take this one and got some extra here. After a while, it starts to absorb the silicone so that it's not as clean. But I'm going to start like this. Rub it in well. You'll actually see it start to pill up when it starts absorbing the silicone. Usually the first go around I reuse it because I don't want to use all the flour just in case. Like I have this urge for biscuits later. I have a great biscuit recipe. Buttermilk biscuit recipe. It's like 2 cups flour, self-rising, 1 stick of frozen butter, which you have to grate into your 2 cups of flour. Grate it in, mix it around with your hand, don't let the butter melt, throw it into the freezer. After that, since I never keep buttermilk in the house because it's awful, take just about a cup of milk, teaspoon of lemon juice, like real lemon or something you probably have in your refrigerator right now. Put that in, mix it up, pour it in to your biscuit mix. Mix it up to a nice consistency, roll it out to about 1/3 of an inch, cut them up, stick them in the oven at 400 for about 6 to 8 minutes or until they're golden brown. and then cover them with melted butter, because the only thing better than melted butter is bacon. You can put bacon on them, I guess. You know, open them up and put bacon in them. Bacon never hurt anything. Okay, so this one is done for the moment. We'll do one more very quickly, because I'm not quite sure you're all asleep yet. So just in case, I want to catch you stragglers that are still awake, because this is just fascinating stuff here. But it works. Now, this painting I did probably 2-3 months ago, and I don't know why I haven't cleaned it yet. I just stuck it on the wall and forgot about it. Okay, so you never know what you're going to get with this channel. You could get real estate, paintings, recipes for biscuits. Love biscuits. That really should do it, my friends. I'm going to have to move the camera over to the sink and show you what I do next, because that is almost as fascinating as this. Bear with me. Okay, io ritorno. As they say in Italian, I have returned. Aren't you lucky? I'm going to spray down with, this isn't Windex. Obviously I don't have it. This I believe is, I don't know, like a watered down pine sol or something. But I'm just going to give it a quick once over. Make sure you get the edges. They have to be pretty too. Then, I don't know if this is ever a good thing to do because you're painting underwater, but I just do it for a second until I don't feel any more detergent on it. And then, I'll just do this one for 3 of you that are still awake. Gently wipe it down with your paper towel. Now, if it were a really nice day outside today, which it is not, I mean, it's 71 degrees and overcast, and there's nothing wrong with that, unless you want to get a tan. That ain't happening. I wipe it down. Notice that, you know, none of the color comes off on this. Behind this curtain, we have a picture. Doesn't come off, so don't worry about it. Not that I would like take a Brillo to it. That would be bad. Could create some interesting effects, but that would be bad. Okay, this one now, once it dries completely, and I mean completely, then it should be able to take either an epoxy coating or a shellac coating without any problems. Problems, you ask? Like what? Let me show you. Okay, I said before I wanted to show you what happens when you don't do the epoxy correctly. If you look down the bottom, you'll see where it just has not taken. Most of it looks pretty good, but the edges especially, there's a spot there, really looks terrible. So that's why you have to clean the paintings very, very thoroughly, because this is a pretty good painting, but it's ruined. Learn from my mistakes. That's all, folks. Thanks for joining me. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Clean those paintings well, and you'll have a great result when it comes to either putting epoxy on it or using some sort of varnish. So thanks again. Like it if you like it. See you soon.